Hi, I'm Gabriel Smiley,
Hi, and I'm Elaine Smiley.
and we are the Smileys in Zambia.
So,
Hopefully you saw our last video about us being here for a year and just kind of reflecting on some of the highlights and lowlights.
definitely.
I think this video is just a quick follow-up about some of the habits or routines that we've developed here or let go of from the US and how moving can really kind of jumpstart that process.
Yes, so I definitely feel like for me, I know for a fact that I have changed a lot in regards to self-care and having more time for myself because I have more time for myself.
So now that you found yourself in a situation where you do have a little bit more time, what are some habits that you've developed or habits that you've let go of?
I would say habits would be that I've started or restarted in my life now. I'm getting manicures and pedicures and body scrubs. And this was usually, and massages. And this was something that I was done once a year, maybe if I was lucky, because I had time and I was like, oh, it's a birthday or an anniversary or something. But I get to do it all the time here now. What about you?
That's a great one. I've read a lot more since I came here. I was one thing I put on the radar when we were leaving that I want to take time to read, and I have. I think in my first year I read maybe 8 or 9 books, which is more than I've read in a year in a while.
Yeah, because normally we're just reading
The
policies
internet.
and procedures or
reading my
internet
phone,
or some
swiping
craziness. And before I had to just always understand policies and procedures, and it was like by the time I wanted to sit down, it was never a good book for me to.
Another habit that I've developed, sorry to cut you off.
Of course.
I've started exercising a lot more and a little more targeted exercise. So
I have done that as well. I think for a few years I couldn't do it physically because of surgeries and whatnot, but
and I could, but I just didn't.
no, he didn't. He was, and he also was. He loved this independent schlubby kind of look that he was going for.
Elaine, I guess we'll show a picture of
Yeah, sure. He was like a sweet schlub.
But I feel more fit now than
He's
I've
doing
felt
fit for 40. He's
in a
more
long
European styling.
Yeah.
And I would say that I have a personal trainer. I'm strength training. I had to let go of the fact that I used to be a size 2 before I had children, and I'm not a size 2. But that doesn't mean I can't be strong and beautiful and sexy.
Yeah,
Exactly. So I'm doing a lot of strength training. I'm walking, being mindful, and the fact that I've come so far from where all the surgeries where I couldn't even walk at one point or I was bedbound for months. So this is actually really, really good.
That's a good habit to add
kind
to
of
the
like
list.
add to keep.
Are there any habits that you've let go of or you left in America?
Washing clothes.
It's a good one.
I would say not being so hard on myself. I would say I'm much harder on myself when I was in America because there was just so much pressure. And I would say that it's easier to kind of like figure out what I like, what kind of, things that who I am now. And I figured that there's a lot of wonderful things that I liked, but I didn't do, or things that I knew I shouldn't do. Like in Beacon, New York, even though it's a small town, I would never walk as much as I am doing now because I have more time. I always just see the ladies strolling around in Beacon and go, blah, blah, blah. And, I can do that. And I would do that sporadically, but I do it more now.
A habit that I let go of, even though I wish I didn't, or I wish I didn't have to, I used to do a lot of online shopping.
I'm so
I used to
glad
get all
that's
my
gone.
clothing and even my groceries.
It was so bad. It was to
Everything
the
was
point where it's
online.
like everything was like he knew what to order every week because he would just click the same buttons. Now you have to go out and look.
Yeah, I wish I could buy shoes online or hats or whatever, but that doesn't exist here. So that's one. Another habit that we developed here that we kind of got away from in Beacon was we eat our dinners as a family almost every night. That was really rare before because, I was coming home late, Elaine was working a lot and then doing the cooking, and we were just kind of like, okay, just eat something and let's get on with it.
Or it's just like, hey, let me feed the kids first because they're hungry. We're not waiting. Or the kids and Gabriel would be sitting down, and because sitting down used to hurt, first and foremost, that was one. Two, as soon as I sat, they would say, "Mommy, I need this." Mommy, because they were younger. So
we've had family meals almost every night
together
since we moved here,
sitting
which
down,
is a great habit
talk,
to begin.
You know, we realize that manners is important.
Yeah. Other habits that you're proud of or that you've incorporated. I'm trying to think.
I think I'm more open to friendships. You know, like I think that when you're not well, your patience run really short. I feel like, you know, I have a lot of different friends here, and I've had friends. Don't get me wrong, in Brooklyn or in Beacon. It's just I'm more open to the idea of time and being social because I have time.
Yeah. That's pretty good. I'm struggling to think of any more. You know, some habits that I've kept.
I miss fish habits.
Eating fish, right? We used to eat so much delicious salmon dishes.
My God.
Oh, I miss salmon. I walk the dog still a lot,
You
right?
do?
That's something that that's really helpful for me to have.
Yeah, and
half an hour in the morning, half
now
an hour
he's
in the
owning
afternoon.
it. Like, hey, no, this is your thing.
I mean, I wish I had a day off.
Especially since there's all these dogs.
I wish I had a day off. I'm not saying I don't enjoy it, but I wish I wasn't the only one doing it. But I understand sometimes Elaine gets attacked by stray dogs or outside dogs.
I don't get attacked. They come
anyhow,
close
the point
to
is, that's a habit that I brought, which has been a good habit. So
Yeah.
some things stay the same, but a lot of stuff changes when you go somewhere new, and it's a great opportunity
Yes.
to kind of redesign your life and incorporate the things that you wish you did at home, but just didn't have the mental capacity or time to make happen. It's a way to restructure and make sure you prioritize those
Yeah,
things.
you could be a new person on a new plane, you know, and it's just so good when you can kind of like reimagine yourself.
Yeah, and moving is a natural time to kind of do that and start afresh when you land.
And even I would say our relationship, we have decided to be more patient as much as we can.
Trying.
You know, it's a process, you know, men. And then also, you know, we're able to kind of like do these things together to kind of really have our own little diaries of kind of like understanding it, because sometimes you forget you have to have conversations with your partner, but this is good ways of kind of like asking
and
questions.
there's so much stuff to learn together when you go somewhere new, so it definitely helps, and it makes it easier to start a lot of new things, including restructuring your relationship and remembering the positive
I haven't
things.
let go of the cheeks though.
No, not in this video. Sorry, you have to see the next one. All right, anyhow, that's us for now. Make sure you comment. Make sure you like the video. Follow Elaine on Instagram, eboogie1111, and look out for more videos coming soon.